One time my buddy and I accidentally snuck into a pretty big company's private event. I'm going to tell you about it while I clean up my shop. It's 2021, Washington, D.C. Buddy and I were going to a Nationals versus Red Sox game. I can't remember the exact seats or anything, but it was like section 130, row J, seats 7 and 8. His wife drops us off. We head up, get to our seats, find it, whatever. We're going down in section 130, right? And you know how the rows, they're like F, G, whatever, backwards alphabet. Probably failing if I get a DUI test. But we finally get down to row J. One thing I notice is that it has a J on both sides. My brain was like, oh, that's so no matter which way you're walking, you can tell this is row J. So I'm like, hey, buddy, found the row. Let's go to our seats. We get to our seats, and if you've ever been to a baseball game, you know you kind of make friendly with the people around you if you're all the same fan. I'm not even a Nationals fan, but tonight I am. So I'm best friends with everyone around the section. I even bought a hat. Look at this. Can't wear in public anymore, but I got a hat, so I'm a fan. We noticed that everyone around us kind of knew each other. And it's not like the normal, like, hey, cool, yeah, we're all Nationals fans, high five. It was like they just seemed to know each other on a little bit more of a level, I should say. Nothing crazy. So my buddy, who knows a little bit more kind of about the area, he's like, oh, this must be one of those events for like local colleges or something. And everyone seemed like they could be college age, you know, like 20 to 40 years old. You never know. The buddy asked the guy next to us, hey, how do you all know each other? And the guy goes, oh, this is a private event for our company, IDB. What's IDB? Don't know. You'll find out later. Not even a real company. Then, of course, the guy is a little curious. He's like, wait, why are you asking us? If you are a part of this event, you should know that we're all in the same company, right? Doesn't say out loud, but I can see him thinking it in his eyes. So I think quicker. I say, oh, that makes sense. We're with GD. We don't get to interact with a whole lot of people in the company. I'm telling you right now, acronyms. Acronyms give you time. My buddy, another quick thinker, he's like, oh, what department are you with? The guy says, oh, I'm with marketing, something like that. I don't remember. And we're on the 3rd floor. My buddy, clutch. Oh, cool. We're on the 9th floor. This is risky. It's a risky move to say a floor that you're on when you don't know the company. Because first off, is there a 9th floor? Don't know. Second off, does this guy know what's on the 9th floor? Apparently not, because he just bought it. We get away with that for a second, but then he says, oh, so GD, what's that do? Now it's my time. I've been thinking about it for a whole 3 seconds, and this is what I came up with. General direction. Best I could think of, but it worked. Naturally, the guy said, oh, general direction, what do you do? I said just that. We generally direct people on what they need. Could be anything from the CEO to the lowest person on the totem pole. We help everyone. The guy buys it for some reason, but the rest of the conversation is like a world-class boxing match. How long have you worked for the company? About 3 years. What brought you to the area? More opportunity. Keep in mind, we are 10 minutes into a 3-hour baseball game at this point. Finish the chit-chat, Buddy and I get back to our seats, and we look at each other like, man, how long do we keep this up for? I wouldn't be telling you this if we didn't keep it up all night. Because what's the worst that can happen? They say, hey, get out. We bought these seats. And we paid for these. We are in our seats right now. We can check on our phone, right? Also, look what my in-laws got me for Christmas. It says, fuck it. We get pretty lucky for the first half of the game. It's not until about the 6th inning that things start to get a little interesting again. There's a group of people to our front and right. They're right next to the guy who we talked to in the beginning. And they turn to us, and we all start kind of having conversation. It's friendly, it's easy, nothing crazy. Until one of the girls leaned up to me, and she's like, you know, I don't normally like white guys unless you like black girls. I've never been more flattered in my life, but I'm married to my wife. Bars. But do I tell them this? No. Because I'm a cheater? No. Because I like to have fun? Yes. So instead I say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I think there's a miscommunication. This is my husband. As I'm saying that, I'm reaching over, grabbing my husband's hand, my buddy. And I was like, I thought it was so obvious. Like we're this close all night. She doesn't believe us at first. She said, no, you're playing. And I said, no, ma'am, we're not playing. This is my husband, and what you're doing right now is wrong. You're impeding on our sacred marriage. That's a bond between me and my husband. Nah, I'm just kidding. She didn't believe us, but I said, oh no, like we've been married for 10 years or whatever. He basically just told the story of how we were friends, but like made it more romantic. So she bought it. There I am, holding hands with my boy, every guy's dream. And then we get to the 7th inning. You might be thinking, 7th inning stretch, psych, foul ball, comes into our section. Someone from the company catches it, and I think this is my chance. I jump up and I go, IDB. IDB. Remember, that's not even the company's name. I heard the guy wrong. So I'm the IDB. The entire section jumps up. Section 130, where you at? IDB. IDB. High fives left, high fives right. Everyone cheering, big smiles on their faces. They don't know. They don't know. I'm not a part of the company. I'm an infiltrator. Now we're in the 8th inning. You remember the girl from earlier that wanted a piece of this? Their group leans over to us and we're like, hey, did you guys hear about the party bus? And we're like, oh my goodness, party bus? No, I didn't hear about party bus. And they said, well, we all got together, got a party bus, going to take us bar hopping after the game. You guys in? We said no. I know you're disappointed. Who knows where that night would have gone? But let me tell you why it was an accident that we were there in the first place. Remember at the very beginning where I said, oh, how nice of them to have a J on both sides? It was road JJ. We sat like a whole alphabet back from our seats. And it was worth it.